Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. Do you know why Marshall D. Teach is still afraid of Rayleigh? Before I reveal all of this to you, I count on your support. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Guys, in chapter 1059, Blackbeard fled from Amazon Lily simply because he feared Rayleigh's reputation and didn't want to face him head-on. However, Rayleigh admits that he's no longer in shape to take on an emperor, and that if Blackbeard wanted to, he could defeat him, provided he committed himself and put in the necessary effort. So it's basically like a double-edged sword. Both of them recognize each other's potential. Blackbeard is an enigma. He's one of the 4 emperors, also known as the most infamous and cowardly pirates to ever sail the seas. Even though he believes he will be the one to find the One Piece, and even though he has the power of the 2 most powerful devil fruits of all time, at the same time, he doesn't seem confident in his strength. We can see this in his fight against Whitebeard. Instead of capturing Whitebeard to steal his devil fruit, Teach tricked Whitebeard and the Marines, including Admiral Sakazuki and Borsalino, into fighting among themselves, while Whitebeard tried to rescue Ace. Eventually, Whitebeard was gravely wounded and weakened enough for Teach and his crew to brutally attack him. They killed Whitebeard and stole his devil fruit, the Gura Gura no Mi, making Teach the first person ever to wield 2 devil fruit powers. After defeating the remnants of the Whitebeard pirates, Teach used his knowledge of Whitebeard's territories to conquer most of them, thus becoming one of the Yonko. In this way, he gained the power and recognition he desired. However, there's something even more important to mention about Marineford. When Shanks and his crew appeared, Blackbeard chose not to fight and ordered his crew to retreat. He was afraid. Blackbeard always proclaimed to the world his confidence in the overwhelming power of the devil fruits he possesses. After acquiring the power of the Yami Yami no Mi, which he claims is the most powerful fruit of all time, and the Gura Gura no Mi, taken from the legendary Whitebeard, Teach could have used the Battle of Marineford to prove his supremacy. By facing and defeating Shanks, one of the most respected Yonko, he would have further solidified his fame and secured dominance over the territories protected by the red-haired pirate. However, Teach chose not to confront Shanks, avoiding a direct clash. This behavior confirms a less confident view of Blackbeard. He knows that despite his formidable powers, a battle against Shanks would be incredibly difficult and dangerous, with real chances of defeat. This hesitation shows that Teach not only understands his limitations, but also lacks confidence in his own strength. That's why he prefers to avoid risks that could jeopardize his grand plans. His decision to flee from Shanks at Marineford isn't just a smart strategy, it's also a reflection of his insecurity. He knows that one wrong move could compromise his future, and so he avoids battles he can't be sure he'll win. This lack of confidence is a weak spot in his otherwise ambitious and calculating personality. Blackbeard's insecurity also became evident when he was after Jewelry Bonnie. Teach was on a small island with the girl already captured, a moment that seemed favorable for him to complete another goal. However, upon realizing that Fleet Admiral Akainu was approaching, Teach and his crew immediately fled the scene. This reaction again reflects Blackbeard's hesitation in facing high-level opponents, even when he holds a positional advantage. Akainu, known for his brutality and immense power, represented a real threat to Teach's plans. Running away instead of fighting shows that despite all his power and achievements, Blackbeard really avoids direct confrontations with powerful figures that could put his safety and goals at risk. This pattern of avoiding tough battles only reinforces the idea that Blackbeard, despite his confident and ambitious facade, carries deep insecurities. He's fully aware of the dangers he faces, and unlike Luffy, he prefers to retreat strategically rather than risk a defeat that could destroy everything he's built so far. His retreat from Akainu is yet another piece of proof that Teach, for all his bold actions, is still guided by fear. And that fear, as you've probably realized by now, brings us back to the point of today's video. It explains why Teach, even in chapter 1059 of the manga, already a Yonko feared around the world and responsible for wiping out powerful crews, still fled from a retired pirate. Rayleigh was a force to be reckoned with in his prime. What else would you expect from someone considered the right hand of the Pirate King? He was magnificent in his time, both for his prowess as a pirate and as a fighter. His mastery over hockey is so legendary that even Luffy sought him out for training. His reputation is so intimidating that even Blackbeard backed off from fighting him. And as someone who reported directly to Gol D. Roger, he could only be nothing short of exceptional. Even though he's old now, Rayleigh is still capable of handling powerful opponents and knows exactly how to act in risky situations. He's courageous and intelligent enough to confront younger, stronger characters in a smart way. Not just to defeat them, but also to convince them to back down or give up. Rayleigh has been shown to be one of the greatest strategists in the entire history of One Piece. Even so, a direct fight would probably lead to his defeat. Although he is highly skilled, the new generation may be surpassing the old in today's world. In this sense, when we look at the most recent situation where Blackbeard fled upon seeing Rayleigh, we now understand why. The first interpretation is that Rayleigh may no longer be stronger than Teach. However, the truth is different. Blackbeard knows when to fight. He would fight two injured admirals, but never one at full strength. In this case, there were two, Seraphim, Rayleigh, and Hancock to face. Teach may be a treacherous fool at times, but he's still quite clever. By retreating, he wasn't just afraid of Rayleigh, but concerned about the unfavorable situation unfolding around him. Teach understands that facing Rayleigh, even in his old age, along with other formidable opponents, would be an unnecessary risk that could jeopardize his plans and safety. This act of strategic withdrawal shows that Blackbeard, despite his power and ambition, knows how to carefully assess his chances of victory and avoid battles that could cost him everything. And of course, he fears what might happen. After all, we know that characters like Luffy, for example, would fight to the bitter end in a situation like this. So, Blackbeard's retreat in front of Rayleigh is not just a sign of fear, but a demonstration of his ability to recognize and avoid dangerous situations. We can't ignore previous instances, since we've seen that he tends to flee at the slightest signs of danger. But what do you think about all of this? Do you agree with me? Leave a comment.
ティーチ、いや、黒毛。せや、男前が上がったな、赤髪。やってるぜ、そのキス。欲しいものは手に入れたんだ。お前らと戦うにはまだ時期が早い。せや、せや。
That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.